This episode is brought to you in partnership with Choose Chicago. Capture the excitement. Hey, guess what? We outside.
You couldn't wait to say that.
I've been waiting for the longest time to say we black people outside.
Yeah.
We outside.
Hey, y'all, 77 Flavors about to get started right now. Let's go.
This is the podcast where we visit all 77 of Chicago's historic neighborhoods and discuss their heritage and taste the amazing food.
And if you know anything about us, we love two things, food and Chicago. So I can't wait to burn this gas money.
You ready?
Let's get it.
This is the 77 Flavors of Chicago, the podcast. I'm just going to say one thing.
Hey.
That burned gas money comment did not age well.
It did not age.
Hey, this gas money's gonna get burned.
Ooh, boy, we need to change that shit.
March, year of our Lord 2022.
Y'all better load them venture cars up. Burn that venture money.
Boy, I'm
them
telling
city
you.
bikes popping.
The divvies.
Out here like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Better gas up them sneakers.
Gas up them sneakers.
Sport mode.
Put them bitches in sport mode, right?
We are 0.25 seconds into the podcast and we lit, y'all. This is so dope. Dario.
Sarah.
And we got our guest today. Black people eats, man.
No.
Black people outside. Look,
We eat too.
Hey, look, trust, we gonna eat.
Yeah, black people outside, we ate, yeah. Y'all, Siobhan, Cam, y'all go ahead and introduce yourself. Make some noise for them. Hey.
Got the hip hop air horn.
Yeah, you see us? You see us? We out here. We out here. How y'all doing?
Good. People call me Chevy for the record. Like
Chevy.
the car.
Okay. Yeah. Chevy. Let's go, Chevy.
The better version.
Cam.
And, my name's Cameron.
Hey.
Or Cam. We can go with Cam for this. That works.
We'll go with Cam.
Or our trail names. I go by Hora the Explorer.
Hey.
And
Tim's.
yes. Like Boots, Dora, and Bird.
I know. Look, let me tell you, when I saw that first come through, I was like, who is Horror the Explorer?
He thought he signed on the OnlyFans.
Boy, I'm like, Sara gonna get mad. How they get this?
Oh, they good. They be tricking people on him.
What the hell? I'm like, babe, I don't even know
And
who
it's just
they
people
are.
walking outside.
Yes, it's just us.
Us
Like,
walking outside.
no, like that's our caption. We black and we be outside, and then it has this emoji with the hands up. Like, well, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, we black and we be outside.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we black people are outside.
Hey, y'all are probably one of the best couples that I've never seen, man. Like, just to be doing what y'all doing, because y'all like reminiscent of us. We just ain't ventured off. We just been in Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, we just been in Chicago. Y'all been somewhere everywhere. And for those of y'all that's listening, they are black people outside, and their whole thing is they go outside and they do things that most black people probably don't get out and do. You don't see us doing.
Yeah.
So why don't y'all go ahead and tell us how y'all get started, how did this come about, when did it start?
Yeah, that's Cam. He has the good.
Yeah, I got you. So BPO kind of started off in the middle of the pandemic for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So like everyone else, we had a couple of trips that were canceled due to everything going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But with everyone being locked inside, we were starting to get a little stir crazy, Stockholm syndrome and whatnot.
Yeah, yep.
We had to get outside. So what we originally planned was a trip to not Yellowstone.
Tetons.
Tetons.
We went to the
Okay.
Grand Tetons.
Yep. Grand Tetons National Park, and flew in through Colorado, rented a car, took that trip up to Wyoming.
Wow.
And just looking for a way to escape.
But I think my favorite part is that both of us were nervous, but neither one of us said anything.
Yeah.
Like that's just how couples are. Like we can feel
Right.
each other's energy
Yeah,
without
you know.
even saying something.
Yep.
And so we had never done anything like that. That was actually our first time traveling together. Period. And we
Oh, wow.
did
Wow.
like some
Wow.
crazy shit like hiking, camping, where we had to fly in,
Like,
get all
he
the
could
bar
murder me.
materials. Yeah.
Any
Like,
moment.
Right.
Could be dead. Could never come back.
Right. We went camping in my car and I said, Cam, I dare you pull up on my shit without me. I dare you pull up on my shit. Pull up in my motherfucking whip without me. Pull up.
Y'all knock the sonic rings out of
No.
me. Come back to life and get me.
No. Like, I can't go. Like, because I'm really confident in my strength. But I dare a bitch to go camping with me in my whip and pull up and park that shit for a week outside and I'm not home. I wish a bitch would. I'm laughing, but I ain't.
Oh God. Oh,
She
God.
done killed him from the grave,
Yeah,
y'all.
for
I don't even know how. She got powers.
She been holding that in to say.
No, I've been told Cam
she
that.
told
We
me
joked
that.
about it. Like, no.
watching that documentary. R.I.P. to that girl. And whatever.
Yes, for real. Like,
I know,
that's
like,
fucked
but
up.
like, I don't know how he was able to pull up. I know I couldn't pull that off in my household or anywhere else. But anyway.
I wish a bitch would pull up without me and my whip and my motherfucking whip. That's the part that gets to me the most. Like, it's my shit.
You got a point though. You got a point. This is mine.
But no, like, we were really nervous about that trip, but not in the way that I thought he was gonna kill me because I killed him first. But long story short, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But like, we had never done anything like that before. Like, that's scary to just be coming from the city and never gone. In the national park. I never have been in the mountains before. I was a Girl Scout, so I knew about being outside and like camping and stuff like that, but not about the mountains. So yeah, our ass was nervous. We borrowed a tent from my friend. We borrowed everything from my friend Bond, who I always give shout out.
Camps.
Like, so y'all did the whole thing.
We flew in with nothing. We met up with one of her homegirls that actually lives in Colorado. She does it on the regular. She gave us 2 sleeping bags and most of the equipment that we needed to like survive for a couple of nights. And we loaded up a truck with her things. We just borrowed it. And because like, all right, to be really honest, when we first started off, it's literally just 2 motherfuckers from the city that just pulled up. We can't go to Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic or Mexico.
So here we are with all these rocks and shit.
Facts. No, because that was a joke. Like, we had so much fun and we enjoyed ourselves like so much. It was so beautiful. I started crying. I was sitting. It was at dawn, like dusk or dawn. I don't know the difference between the two, but it was getting dark.
It's dark outside.
Yeah, it was getting dark. It wasn't all the way dark, and I just happened to look up, and I said, "Oh." And it was just so many stars, the most stars I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't even know I was crying. Cam was like, "Is you crying?" Because like I was looking.
No, I'm not crying.
And there was little tears coming out of my eyes because I had never. The sky was so fucking bright with so many stars.
Just vibrant.
We were counting the satellites going through space, like we could see them whole shooting stars.
You never think of the sky as an actual thing and being like. Obviously, you look at the sun, you look at the moon, but like in an area where there's literally no light pollution, you can literally watch. Like it's
just see it all.
It's
activity.
Like Elon Musk, is that you?
Yeah, right. I just saw him. There he is. You know, so I'm glad you brought that up because you said we did our research on you. We looked at you and we heard kind of your story, and that particularly got to me because how often do I talk about seeing the stars and stuff? Like I'm from the city, South Side, man. I've not seen anything like that. So a couple weeks ago, I went outside downtown and I was taking a picture. Of the Water Tower, and so I just took the picture of the Water Tower. It was a dope shot. You know, I came home and I'm editing the picture, and in the picture, how I edited, I saw all these stars in the picture, and when you out there, I couldn't see it with my own eyes.
Yeah, the light fades out the light.
And so I'm sitting there and I was like, yo, look at the corner of this. And like, I couldn't keep the picture like that because it wouldn't look good. But I was like, holy shit, I've never seen this, like in Chicago. So I related to that when I was like, oh man, I still haven't seen the Milky Way.
Yeah, like we saw that, and whenever somebody asks, why do you do it? I say, do it for the stars alone. Yeah. Like I literally do it for the stars. We saw the Milky Way. It was just so many things that we had never seen before, but honestly, I do it for the stars. I'm a sky girl. That's what I call myself. Like I like to look at sunsets, sunrises, stars, all of that. Like that's my jam. Yeah. And so to see something like that growing up in Chicago, never in my entire 28 years of life has seen anything like that. And I say, you know what, I got to tell everybody. And that's how Black people outside came to be, because we can't live our life this long and there's all this out here that only a certain group of people get to enjoy. Right. I'm telling everybody, fuck all that. And so that's why we decided to be Black people outside as a joke. Like we were on the trail, we was like, what are we gonna call ourselves?
Well, what are we? We're Black people and outside.
So
that's
nothing
dope.
It's no politicalness. Like
it's really what it is.
It's not that it's even just us. It's just the concept in general of representation out in the outdoors. Like, a lot of times people need to see it to know that they can do it. Yeah. And that's all BPO is about.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So like I grew up watching the Travel Channel, the Discovery Channel, Nat Geo. I grew up doing that and never had left the South Side a day in my life. Yep. But I always knew that was going to be me. I always saw myself in that lifestyle, in that adventure lifestyle. But on TV, they just never showcase Black people just doing the damn thing. Right. Traveling the world. Like, where's our Anthony Bourdain?
Yeah. Right.
So, even crocodile hunter. We
don't have no Bear. We don't have that.
You ain't got none of that.
Right. And so we're like, you know what? That's going to be us. Like, we just going to be... because we're definitely not the only black people that's outside, but it's a lot of black people outside doing dope things.
That's not advertised.
But it's not advertised.
It's not advertised.
Like, no, we want to be seen in this lifestyle too. So like, that's the whole thing. We for the culture. Black people outside is not about Cam and I being outside. It's for the people. It's for the culture. It's for everybody.
Yeah, and I think one of the best things about when you watch y'all do this, because you document it all, you know what I mean? And when you see y'all do it, y'all act just like how I would act when I'm out there. You know what I mean? Like, you see some sheep, like, I don't know what that is, but like, we out here. You know what I mean?
Because like, speaking on the star stuff, like, I don't care what people say. Chevy outside, turn off all the lights. Let's see it. Let's see it glow. I'm like, bro, you crazy. His headlamp is staying on.
There's a bear over there.
I just wanted to see how dark it really got, but we never got to see because Loki's scared of the dark.
Yeah, you can call it what you want to call it. I'm scared of the unknown.
Right.
Hey, look.
Yeah, it was dark. We got dark.
Where's
see your hand in front of your face dark.
You know, well, you can't see that. Yeah,
it was really dark.
Turn the light on. You know?
Very.
Where's one of the coolest places y'all done been that just really, besides the stars and everything, that you're just like, damn, this is crazy?
My favorite place is the Grant Woods Forest Preserve.
Where is
And
that?
it's sure. Y'all talking to BPO. Like, do we ever know? I'm gonna give you the name. The rest is up to you, baby boo.
Google.
Yes, Google it. I even put that in our videos. If you want to know some more, you're gonna have to look online because I don't claim to know it all. But that's like the thing. But I love Grant Woods Forest Preserve because it has different types of trees and foliages, and it has a little bit of hills and stuff, and they got the colors in the fall.
Yeah.
But that's my favorite. That's my personal favorite. And we have a video called Grant Woods Forest Preserve.
Okay.
For myself, it's got to be Cave of the Mounds.
Yeah, you tell me. Yeah.
Whole lot of cave shit.
Whole lot of cave shit.
That's like Wisconsin, you were saying.
Yeah, up near towards Wisconsin, about 3.5 hours, 4 hours away from the city.
Okay.
Basically, it's like you feel like you're going into Batman's lair.
And which one, the Dark Knight version or?
Not my man's that had the garage in the new film.
Okay, all right, cool.
Not that one.
Not that.
It's at least got a budget. So,
bruh.
Don't get me started on Batman. It's not that type of pod. I'm sorry. Anyway,
We can go there. He said no.
No, maybe not. But anyway, Cave of the
What's
Mounds.
his name? Watch.
We lit.
Oh my goodness. But yes, no, Cave of the Mounds is spectacular. It was spectacular for myself in general because born and raised city kid, not going to experience any kind of outdoors until can she get these headphones on? Oh, there we go. All right.
That was inside out or something.
Chevy's back. She looking good. She's back.
My
now.
apologies.
All right, here we go. Anyway, yes, but the main reason that Cave of the Mounds is probably one of my favorites because it's such a different contrast to where I grew up in, like seeing metal structures my entire life.
Yep, tall ass buildings up to the sky.
Like, we didn't grow up underground.
Right?
Shit.
Like, the only grass you've seen is what the little patches that you got out front. That ain't really even yours.
Right.
They're cities. So it's like, do I care? Nah. But
If it's alive, and that, you know.
like, you know, like somebody take care of it.
Somebody, I don't know whose it is.
But it was just so contrast to be able to just go into something and see something so spectacular that's not human. It's nature based, nature made, untouched, and it's just it's a whole new appreciation.
Right.
For the outdoors.
You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. What would you say to someone that like is interested but has never been, doesn't have the knowledge, doesn't know what they're, they want to explore, they want to go hiking, they want whatever, but they
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing for us, we didn't know shit.
Right.
Like, just be straight up honest. Chevy said she was a Girl Scout. She knows how to make a fire.
Yeah.
Build the fuck out of a fire. Don't play with me. No. You laughing, but no.
Hey, look, that
we be
fire
out there
gonna
warm
be
as fuck.
roaring.
like for real, you know how to
Yeah,
build a
it's
fire?
like
no, from scratch.
Like,
I was surprised.
What?
I don't even need no lighter, bitch.
Wow.
It's not like Oscar Proud style, but she gonna figure it out.
Is it the rocks? Do you spark the rocks?
I use we could do a mirror. I can do a mirror
Oh.
light. I haven't done
mirror?
that with Cam. With the light and let the what is it?
It's got to be hot enough.
Magnify.
If it's hot
Yeah.
enough, she can whip it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
you could let your kindling light and then start smoking and stuff. But I also can use just a lighter and let the kindling on fire and then build like a teepee on top of it. Just make sure you have enough underneath
Yeah,
to catch the bottom, and then it's gonna funnel
That's
up.
like a necessary life skill.
That-
I feel like.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what's crazy? You just talking about that, like, as a black woman, you know what I mean? Like, all I heard is how to to make fires from white people. Like I've been to many bonfires.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can even build a whole fire ring if I wanted
Because
to.
growing up in the city, like what's a bonfire?
What's a bonfire?
Right.
You know, like I lived out in the suburbs for a little bit, so like to hear you like describe it and everything from a black person point of view is like, damn, we can make a fire. Like, we can do that. It's
That's my
cool.
specialty. It's something I'm very proud of.
Yeah, that for sure.
Yeah.
I promise she's not an arson.
Next fight we see in Garfield Park, where we
Don't even put that on us.
We ain't even got no backyard. What you
Scratch that.
talking?
Right? Don't do that.
Scratch that. Y'all, man. We gonna have more the information where y'all can find them. But y'all, man, just get in tune with what they do, man. Like what y'all really doing is actually really dope. It's like what we are doing, but like on a national scale, really. Y'all going all around the country, you know.
And you plan like local hikes, right?
Yeah, so like I was gonna say when you asked about us, what do you say to people who want to start camping and hiking and stuff? The thing about it is a lot of people want to get outside. A lot of people want to explore. They just don't know where to start. And we even made a playlist on our TikTok and it's just called Hiking Suggestions. And it's probably like 10, 15 videos on there. And if you go once a weekend, that's enough to get you through the whole summer of hiking.
Yeah.
And so,
wow, that's dope.
Yeah. So like hiking suggestions, those are our recommendations for people. And we just here to make it easier and accessible because again, people just really don't be knowing.
Right.
Yeah.
And, we just here to give you the information. That's why Black people outside exist. Like it's not really about us. Like I said, it's for the culture. It's so you can come one place and get everything that you need. Is it fun? Is it not fun?
Yeah.
Is it cool? Is it not cool? So like,
You being honest too.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna be honest. Like y'all, they got me fucked up with X, Y, and Z. And so
they said it says $20 to get this wood. Guess who got a knife?
yeah,
and an axe?
yeah.
Right,
No, it was us.
Paul
like,
Bunyan.
They tried to charge us $9 for some wood, and bitches got some plastic bags and went and fucking collected wood. Like,
Yeah.
it's probably not. Well, we made sure we checked for y'all gatekeepers. We checked to make sure that we can get the motherfucking wood from the park because you can't take all the wood. Yeah. They'll take down wood. No, like
Look, you can't.
no, because they be all up on our pictures and videos and stuff. Like, leave me alone,
what Chevy's
G.
referring to is that apparently in national parks you're not allowed to take any wood and start fires unless it's down. wood. So it's
And
gotta be
it
on the
depends.
ground.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Don't go to get to chopping actual trees.
Yeah.
Somebody might come up to you like, hey, what you doing?
Going to jail now.
Yeah. Guess who's going to jail?
Environmental crimes.
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Damn, for some wood?
For some wood? No.
No.
That twig was on the ground. Stop playing.
Exactly.
How you know this wasn't on the ground?
You know, yeah, exactly.
Well, honestly, like down wood is gonna burn, but the wood that's up is not really gonna
Right,
burn because it's
it's
a little
wet,
bit too
right.
wet.
There
Yeah.
you
So
go. So that's probably more of the reason
Yeah.
towards it. You don't want to kill off the trees in the process.
Yeah, I mean,
Save the trees.
Yeah.
Save the trees.
Look at black people outside telling how to live, how to
You know?
manage outside.
There you go.
I mean, honestly, I love what you're doing. I mean, like I was telling you right before we went on air, man, we were told to, man, have y'all got them on there? Have y'all talked to them? Because this is the same thing, you know, realistically. But like I said, y'all a bit more inspired because we actually went on our first trip during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So
We actually went to
Colorado.
Well, no, I was gonna say the first hike we did together was like June of 2020, and we went to Wisconsin and Kenosha.
That's right. Yeah,
what's that trail there?
I don't
forgot
even
what
know.
It's called.
But it's a dope.
It's
it
a
was
really
dope.
nice trail.
Yeah.
Up there, and there was like creeks and shit, and it's like you go up some hills and down some hills. It was pretty long, and then it started raining.
That's
Oh,
what
I
got
love
it.
that.
It rained all
was
on this
really
boy. I was
nice,
like,
yeah.
brand new camera I had just gotten to. I'm
Yeah.
like trying to hide the shit. And it wasn't one of the waterproof cameras. It wasn't that. You know, that could have been.
That's like one thing DPO always try to tell people, like, just bring a couple Ziploc bags that just come in, even the gallon size. We just got all different sizes and we just bring one or two of
That's
each
smart.
and it just fold up and go in our bag because those little Ziploc bags go a long way. We don't need a
Right.
dry bag that
Right.
costs $35, $45. Ziploc just fine.
Right.
I think it's a YouTube video of us. We was in the rainforest and these bitches talk about some $25 to protect your phone and wear it around your neck. 25 cents, and I'm putting my shit up in this Ziploc bag and put it in my motherfucking pocket. Like,
Guess whose phone was dry?
Right.
All right, bet. Exactly.
You
Guess who was still better make
You
a
can
call?
even
Yes,
put
sir.
strings through your Ziploc bag and wear it around your
well,
neck.
it wouldn't be
you know?
waterproof no more if we put
Yeah.
holes in it.
Yeah, you can't put holes.
No, but the sides.
The way you looked off is
What if you staple the string?
It's still a
It's
hole.
still
Still a
hole in
hole.
it.
I ain't even trying to be on that. My bad. I'm just.
He said the holes though. You know, it's a staple. Hey, we let
the whole
y'all.
point is the water.
Yeah.
Sarah, your face when I said, but they got a hole, and you said,
It do got a hole.
but
Like, damn, that's wow. I ain't even think of that.
Did not think of that.
Y'all,
But like, you don't have to have a lot. You don't have to have a lot of money.
Right.
Like, we gonna figure this out. Like, that's the reason why BPO exists. Is like it's accessible. It's easy. We gonna figure it out.
and it's fun.
Yeah, and it's fun. Like,
it's
we
fun.
don't have a lot, but our minds are just as great as
That's
like,
probably the wealth. You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
the more wealthy than anything, though. You know, what I mean,
Right.
gain the knowledge of what you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, to get you the experiences. I mean, like you've seen some things. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people ain't gonna see the stars in their lifetime.
Nobody's gonna see the galaxy
You know,
like we saw.
Right.
Like,
that's crazy to me. Like to think about. Like I still haven't. She's seen it. You know what I mean? But I still haven't even seen it. Like I seen pictures.
But
I
the
long
concept
for
of growing
it.
in the city.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
That's just some of the things that you just lack naturally, just
Right.
living in an urban area. So
Yeah.
Yep.
you have to get outside and experience it. And another part of the BPO concept, I think that really helps with the mental state of people that grow up in the city. You get to, so many
Right.
people never make it off their blocks.
Yep.
Like I've never been into inside Sears Tower.
Sears Tower. You was right. You was right.
You're
Yeah.
right.
I know people that have never even been to Navy Pier. So
Right.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
you need to get outside and enjoy yourself. And when you go into nature, whether it be local areas or somewhere that you have to, catch a flight or take a car to,
Yep.
it allows you to get outside and clear your mind. I think a lot more people need that. A lot of people
good
don't
shit.
even like to
Yep.
sit in the room and be comfortable in their own thoughts.
Right.
Ain't nothing else but that outside.
Right.
When it's just a lot of times it's just you and nature, or if you got a group with you, that works as well. But I think a lot of people would find out a lot about themselves in that process.
Right.
That's
You have to
very
fend
true.
for yourself in a sort of way. Like there's ways to make it easier for yourself. I would definitely recommend that. Like don't go outside without a tent. Like my man's what you doing.
Been some leaves up here, Adam and Eve in it. You know.
cardboard box from the city.
You gonna need one of them tree stars
Homeless.
from the land before time, something big. I don't know. You know.
Come on.
But like it'll getting outside, I think, really helps the mental state of people.
Yeah.
Man.
And then a lot of the trails that you guys mentioned are accessible by like public transportation.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I got a list of trails. That's why I
that's
brought my
perfect.
computer out. My
Hey.
like a couple of my favorite trails that are like accessible. We even say y'all want to know where to explore. We got y'all. You ever know if you watch Insecure?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got y'all.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason why we exist. And so like you can take the train to Jackson Park. You can take the bus and train to Garfield Park Conservatory where we
Hey,
just left.
we'll talk
you can
about
take
it.
the bus and train to Humboldt Park, which is over here, and Marquette Park. Those are all parks that are really great and local and close that you can go to.
And legendary.
Yeah, and then like if you want to go like to the Chicagoland area, you want to drive out a little bit further, got the Palos Trail system. We got Deer Grove Yellow Loop Trail. We got Glenview Woods, which is beautiful in the fall. They got the
Gorgeous.
motherfucking colors.
Gorgeous
like,
in the fall.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
then we got Grant Woods, which is one of my favorites, and then another one, if you want to go camping, go to Indiana Dunes State Park. You can go to Warren Dunes State Park. You can go to Madison State Park.
Y'all got the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
rundown for
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
Yeah, we got it all. That's why I say you got to check
We've
out
done our
those.
exploring in
Yeah.
Illinois
Yeah.
so far. And
Have
That's
you guys
so
been
dope.
to Forest Glen?
Yes, we have been to
Oh,
Forest,
yeah?
Forest Glen. Yeah,
That's
Waterfall
so dope.
Glen. Yeah.
Well, we did an episode there a few months ago, and there's like a town in the middle of the forest where where they used to work on the train.
Yeah.
And so they built houses in the middle of the forest preserve, and so if you go hiking, you could just see the houses in the
that
middle.
sounds haunted.
It felt
do.
haunted.
Yeah, it felt uneasy.
We
but, you know.
parked right there to take some pictures, and I backed the car in case I need to jump in that bad boy and just zoom
Yeah.
right off. I was
Yeah.
like, let's get out of here.
I thought you used to say, and a picture took itself. I'm like, y'all better run.
Bro, my soul would have been outside my body.
Yeah.
Side of the body.
Outside my body. I would have done it. Y'all, we just beginning with black people outside, man. We've been outside today. We've been outside today. We're gonna talk about it, y'all. Y'all ready to get down to the business?
Hey,
And learn some
let's
stuff?
get it.
Y'all, just to let you know, this is how we get warmed up here, man. Emotionally, this is how we get ready.
Okay, hit the purple button, y'all.
Everybody look at the colors.
Rainbow.
Colors. You know I love them colors.
Yeah. Y'all, today's episode, we are in East Garfield Park, community area number 27. And for those keeping track of the community areas we've covered, this is a nice round number, community area number 40 on the list for us.
hello.
Yeah,
All right.
37 more to go.
37 to go.
Wow.
Just over halfway, y'all.
Yeah.
We hit the cleanest number in the halfway
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
I like that.
You see me?
I like
You see me?
I like that.
45, we got something special for that. That's Michael Jordan, you know.
The return.
It's
Wait to
also-
rain on our parade. How we go compete with him?
All right, I won't mention it.
Tell me how.
Y'all will be on the episode. Yeah. Be on the episode. Yeah. Y'all will be on it. But we are East Garfield Park, community area number 27. 11. Community, the boundaries are to the north, Kinsey / the Metro Railroad tracks. To the south, railroad tracks at Taylor Street. To the east, CNW Railroad tracks at Rockwell. And to the west, Hamlin Avenue. If you listen there, 3 other sides are all railroad tracks.
Yes.
And we'll get into that because that's a pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We was booming back then.
Yeah. Oh, man, look. Well, I got some facts for you.
Okay, quick facts.
Yeah, I got some facts. So the history, it started, this was annexed to the city in 1869. Significance of 1869 is that 3 of the large parks that formed the West Side Park system were created that same year, and they are as such. Here I go.
But West Side Park system just has it sounds so sexy to me.
Yeah,
right?
don't it?
Yes, it has
don't
like a ring to it. Like we got that.
WSPS.
You know,
Sounds nice. You know,
Yeah.
we love
Side Park-
acronyms.
You got to use your D voice. West Side Park system.
Hey,
So to the Humble Park was the former name of Humble Park used to be North Park. Central Park used to be called Central Park. That's Garfield Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. And South Park, which was the original name, was Douglas Park. Is Douglas Park now. And if you're in the area, Central Park, Central Park, the street, which Garfield, the conservatory is on, Central Park. That's why it's called Central Park.
They did that.
You see what they did there? Yeah. Now the significance
Then
of
New York had to come around with their
I know,
Central Park
right?
and blow it out of the park, and then they had to change the name.
yeah, that was the whole damn city. You know what I mean? I walked the whole Central Park north to south twice in my lifetime.
Wow, that's a lot of walking.
It was unnecessary. The first time was complete accident. Second time,
got lost, didn't you?
yeah. Well, we did get lost. We didn't know. we didn't know that's a big
end
ass
up in
park.
Harlem.
We call those hood hikes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I started in Harlem. That was definitely a hood hike. I ran the hell out of there. So they took all 3 of those, right? And where it was, so now this was the park was like kind of like the big situation with East Garfield Park. It was really just a park. And that's all it was.
there was no people living.
There was no people there. It was just the park mainly. So they changed it. When they changed it from Central Park, they just called it Garfield Park. And that's how the name Garfield Park, East Garfield Park, came about.
Because we're to the east of it, and then there's
there's
places to the west of it.
To the west of it. Yep. Now you were saying that it was bussing. Let me tell you, it wasn't quite bussing.
It wasn't bussing as I thought.
It wasn't as bussing as I thought. So
I think everything cracking.
Yeah. And let me see here. Bruh. Look at me.
Sir.
Bruh. So it was a quarter century pass before the population really started to kick off in Central Park, in Garfield Park. The park was designed, just so you know, by William LeBaron Jenney, and this was 40 acres at first. It was just 40 acres, and y'all know this is a lot of
40 acres in the mule. Y'all owe us that.
Yeah.
40 acres is
and they owe us that.
Yeah. That's a sensitive number.
I'm still waiting. That's equivalent to a house and a car.
We gonna wait. We gonna be waiting for a little while. So, did you know some places are giving out reparations?
Evanston,
California.
Evanston too.
Yeah, giving out reparations. Yeah.
Yep.
Time to move now.
You would live in Evanston.
For reparations,
Taxes go hit you and take it.
Yeah.
if the reparation paying for it, shit.
Evanston finna have every Harold's chicken.
Fried hard.
They gonna change the name of the city to Fried Hard.
Fried hard. Fried Hardville.
Them lemon pepper steppers.
Oh wow.
That was actually good. I like it. I like it. So the first 40 acres of Garfield Park were opened in 1874. So that's crazy. So we said that it started in 69. It wasn't until 5 years later, when it really started to cracking.
They had a little fire in between. So.
They did.
Oh, yeah.
There was a little fire.
Little fire. So crazy thing about that little fire, it started to somewhat crack in the 5 years before that fire, from that fire. But there was a lot of corruption going on with how William ran it. ran the area. So what happened was they started building right around 1874, and it was taken over by Jensen. Jensen is known for being an architect here, a landscape architect. And he's the reason for all three of the parks. So back in the day, all three of those parks, they had their own conservatory. He came in and,
I'm sorry, I love that.
Yeah. He came in, what he did, he saw a vision. He said, we're going to knock all these down.
Damn.
So he knocked them all down.
Well, I guess I don't love that.
Yeah, well, but he knocked.
Yeah, he made probably consolidated them.
Yeah, he made the conservatory, this large conservatory,
the Garfield Park,
the Garfield Park Conservatory, and he wanted the Garfield Park Conservatory to be the biggest one in the country
Because it's in this
Yes.
in the center park.
Yes.
Biggest in the country.
Yes, he wanted it to be the largest in the country, but because he was dealing with all the corruption from William Jenney, it took them from 74 to 1905. Yeah, 1905. Go ahead. Okay.
I literally just learned that.
Yeah, 1905 to get it even to where it is. And it was 184 acres. And that's the whole Garfield Park. You know what I mean? Like the whole Garfield Park. Not just the conservatory. But the conservatory was kind of like his focal point. You know what I mean? He was going to make that once they finally got it. They got a 25, damn near 25 years later, 30 years later, for them to get it under control.
That sounds like Chicago politics.
Yeah,
right.
Still the
That
same.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
They call us a windy city because of politics, not because of the weather.
Yeah, exactly.
They should call us the pothole city.
Man, look.
Maybe put them Oreo cookie crumbs in there. I'm just gonna do some.
Last a whole week, you know what I mean? Till enough traffic. But Garfield Park Conservatory, do you know the nickname that they have for it, that he gave to it?
No, what is it?
The nickname is Landscape Under Glass.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's
landscape
hard.
art under glass is what he called it. Yeah, and that still kind of sticks today. That was completed in 1907. We saw that plaque I took the picture of. That's when it was dedicated. It was and I told you this, one of the largest conservatories in the entire United States. So pretty significant that we got here. We were talking about the Lincoln Park one. The Lincoln Park one is another large one, but not quite as expansive as this one. This is 40. This one by itself is 40 acres.
And a mule.
And a mule.
Which y'all owe us.
Yeah. They do. I mean, we owe.
The facts. What do you want me to say? I agree.
Up on that.
It's a fact. Now, to your point about it being buzzing, it really wasn't. They thought the railroads, because all three sides here are railroad tracks, they thought the railroads were going to bring people here,
right, like
it did for a lot of other community areas. It just brought people. It didn't. It brought manufacturers in.
Yes.
Yeah. So it brought a lot of work into the area, which not a bad thing, but not kind of what they envisioned it.
Right.
Yeah. So you had a lot of those buildings start sprouting up, and a lot of the two flats and a lot of homes start sprouting up around the area that were meant for the
company
workers.
Housing.
Yeah. It was the company housing, just like in Pullman, you know what I mean, that we just learned about. So it was a lot of housing, residential housing for those folks. And those early residents were German, Irish, Italian, and Jews. And it still wasn't at all cracking. It still wasn't at all. It wasn't until the Great Depression and after World War II when people started to come in. And it was insane how they started to come in, because a lot of those buildings that they had for the company housing and the manufacturing, they converted those buildings into apartments and homes and things like that. And it was just overcrowded. It was just absolutely overcrowded, to the point that it swelled to 70,000 people in the area. Now, in 1930, 15% of the population was black people. And now,
come on, give me a sound effect for the black people.
Yeah. And now it's 95%. As of 2000, it was 95%.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so huge.
We have a new update for now.
I got another update that's not fun.
Because I be seeing them walking their dogs and stuff and running with their babies, and I just like, man, my rent go up, and it went up $20 damn fucking with them. But go ahead. I gotta go bust in the bag like pop, just for rent control, like just go bust in the air. Pop.
I swear, someone said that's what they do once a month. He just shoots in the air.
You remember where you at?
Gotta keep the price low.
Gotta keep the price low.
It's too damn high.
The rent is too damn.
Nah, I'm mad as hell about that $20. Your mortgage ain't going up, homeboy. So why it's gotta go up for us? Like,
Chevy is the realest guest we done had.
you having me confused.
Look, all I tell her is like, I'll stop you when you stop telling the truth.
Yeah.
I said if I'm lying, I'll be quiet.
Yeah. What'd your mama say? If I'm lying, I'm flying. You know? I'm right here on the ground. Right here on the ground. I ain't going nowhere. So here's something that was we heard about this in the 1950s. The Ike, aka the Eisenhower Expressway, that was created. Yep. And while that was
in the 50s.
Yep.
Oh,
and
okay.
And here's the thing with that. Yeah, it displaced a lot of people. So a lot of folks that were trying to live in the area, they cut out. So that also kind of made the overcrowding situation. You had to fix the homes and shit like that.
And
so
in comes the projects.
And there come the projects.
That was the next bullet.
All right, that makes sense.
Yep, there go the project.
We not only be outside, we
Shout
be
out
in
to my
school
OGs.
too.
Yeah.
Rockwell Gardens.
Go ahead. Rockwell Gardens, Harrison Courts, and Maplewood Courts.
Okay.
Now, something else that was very interesting too is we heard in our research, Martin Luther King came through here. And he came here because of the housing situation, because how they tried to force
It's the MLK building right behind us, and the mural too, the famous MLK mural is right behind us.
So he in 1966 he came through here on the civil rights to fight for equal housing, proper housing, because a lot of those places outside after World War II, they were dilapidated. You know what I mean? Like they were, you would complain. Landlords weren't fixing it. Nobody was doing it.
But got the nerve to raise the rent $20. But go ahead.
And that's exactly.
She's not gonna let this ring go.
Right.
I'm gonna move past it real quick. No.
Good job.
Yeah. But he came through here, and y'all know he infamously said, and it's sad, but he was like, Chicago was one of the worst places of racism that he had ever experienced.
Yes. Evidently segregated.
It's bad, but you don't know when you're living here. I grew up here and left and came back. That's when I realized how segregated the city is.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It's sad. It's really sad. You know what I mean? And for MLK to come, he was from the South, and to come up here to the North, Chicago of all places, and say that is crazy. So he actually had a hand in a lot of these. The Chicago Housing Authority, CHA, the projects getting built here for black people, because even though he tried, he tried to do his little thing, that's what he did. It still wasn't going nowhere. But the projects, like you said, they're huge in this area. They were huge in the area because of the
population.
Because of the population. Now here's where I said 70,000. This is where it was busting. So, and this is just out of control. We haven't seen anything like this. I ain't tell you yet. Population in 1950 was 70,000. 1950. 70,000. In 2000, y'all just take a guess at what the population was.
I would say 30.
No, I'm going up. I'm going up. I'm thinking it's about close to 100.
Nope.
No, down.
Population. This area lost 2/3 of the population.
Oh, Jesus.
21,000.
Oh, because the projects were gone.
Yeah.
I was close to
projects.
Yeah. So think about if you lost 2/3 of a community.
It's a lot. That's more than
value,
half.
value goes down. There's no prosperity.
Yeah.
Out of control.
And the city stops providing certain services because there's not that many people, so you don't.
Unreal to me.
Or they do something interesting.
And that's why the certain neighborhoods get more buses than certain other neighborhoods. I'll be waiting for one bus over here for 15, 20 minutes, but every 5 minutes it's a Broadway bus on the north side constantly coming.
Yeah.
And so
But that's also because of the census and how many people participate in the census.
I was gonna say that. Yep.
If the city, if you're not participating in the census, if you're not voting, the city doesn't know you're here, and it's really like a leverage point, because once you see those numbers, then you can actually begin fighting for these things and bringing to light the disparity between what the north side gets and what the west side gets and what the south side gets.
Yeah, and for me, so when I was doing this, because you read some news like that, the number drop off like that, and that the city has $1.4 billion that they are investing into community areas and neighborhoods. And again, we say if you love a city, you criticize it. And I looked at the Invest Southwest program just to see what neighborhoods are on there.
Sorry, I get so excited for the numbers. You know, they be my job. I'll be like, let me see what's up, because it really be telling you everything that you need to know. You don't got to explain nothing. So when you look at the numbers,
and so like you would think you see numbers like this, and you would think, oh, something's being done about it. 1.4 billion for us to work and move here. West Garfield Park and East Garfield Park not on the list, and to me, it is just.
Wow.
Absolutely insane.
Insane.
When you hear a number like from 70,000 to 21,000,
you think you would invest in that?
You would think that you would. Okay, what's going on there?
Why is that drop?
Let's build up.
And was it a plan? Dun, dun.
I mean,
man. Well, let's not get on that.
But like, well, no,
I'm big salty over here. Like my whole mood just changed. I'm like really upset.
Yeah, it's wild.
Because like we're real ass people that live over here, experiencing these neighborhoods. We're not just like numbers on a paper or somebody you see on the news. Like we real as fuck. We live in a city. We pay the same amount of taxes, eating our checks up. Yeah. But we don't get the same ass shit as the next bitch on another neighborhood. And so like it really bothers me. Like that hurt my heart.
Now if there's something out there that's going to be done, we just, hey, help us out. Tell us. You know what I mean? Like tell us. But like when you think about like that invest, because that's a big thing. You know what I mean? Like that's a huge thing in the city. It's been going on since 2020. That's all I can say is, it's so West Garfield Park. If you've seen the mural over by Jerk 48 on West Garfield Park, they have the mural on the side of the building right there. That is the report card.
That's the report card project.
The report card project, and you can go back and listen to the West Garfield Park episode. You can look at the WTTW documentary that we outlined.
It's still
for
in
you.
the link in our bio.
Yeah, link is still there. Yeah, link in the bio.
Give you a sound effect.
Yeah.
Yes, you need that.
You need that, But y'all, we had this conversation. It's beating a dead horse at this point. When something is so obvious, you know what I mean? When it's something so obvious, we got to do something about it. You know what I mean? Like it's, how does a whole not just two, there's multiple, but like how does a bunch of community areas just get overlooked? $1.4 billion. I'm not just saying those the 1.4. You know what I mean? Like, you can't
even just start at low.
Yeah.
That pans back to quote unquote dad daily.
Yeah, man.
To be really honest with you.
But like Sara said, we got to participate in these surveys and these things. We got to call these numbers and complain because that's what the difference between us and them. They got together to organize and to figure out and get to the bottom of things. Like we don't be doing that over here. What's your neighbor name?
I mean,
exactly. Exactly.
My man's in them.
My man's in them.
Oh boy.
He good people.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
He don't bother me, I don't bother him.
Exactly.
And even though I do say that, I also understand that it's like a luxury to participate in these things.
Right.
It should be a right for you. It should be made easy for you to be able to go and vote and participate and speak to the people that you vote for and your community leaders. But a lot of the time, it's a luxury. You might have kids and you don't have childcare. You might have 2 jobs that you have to go to, so you don't have the time. So obviously, there are nuances to these things. But in order to hold people accountable, you kind of need to be somewhat participating in that.
You got to get the people to participate because, like, if you look at it, we already know that the houses around here are overcrowded, right? So we don't know how many people are in those houses. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know the families that are in there and their belief system in the system. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the bigger thing.
That's the big thing.
Right.
They don't believe. Like, if you come to me and say, "Hey, look, man, trust me, this is gonna work for you if you participate," I'd be like, "Man, please." You know what I mean? Like,
it hasn't worked in the last 50 years. Why would it work?
So you got to start convincing me of that first. You know what I mean? For me to be like, okay, all right, everybody in here. Count
that's one thing that I even tell people, like, let me show you, for example. It's a neighborhood on the north side. They all got together and they moved their cars so the city can come through and shovel their block and ain't nobody got to do this. How many times I share that article in the neighborhood group. How many times I've tried to talk to people about it. Nobody wants to move their fucking car for even street cleaning. So damn sure not going to be moving your car for dibs. So it's just like little small things like that where we all get together and be like, yo, these white people got X, Y, and Z and you want X, Y, and Z, but you got to do the work to do X, Y, and Z. I saw a quote that said you cannot be upset for failing at something that you never for the work that you didn't do, for failing at something that you didn't do. And so we never even tried to do that. And so, but like you said, it's a privilege to be able to do those things. And so I don't know. It's just like everybody don't work for corporate America where they don't give a fuck what you be doing.
Right.
Long as you do your job.
Right.
Like you get 5 hours worth of work and you got to do it in 9 hours. And you got 4 extra hours to do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Everybody don't got that.
Right.
So.
For sure. And I follow Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on Instagram, and I love her stuff. And someone asked her, she does these like ask me whatever Q&As. And someone asked her like, what experience do you have to have in politics in order to run for like Congress? And she said none.
Period.
None.
Yeah.
If you are unhappy, I mean, Jamal Cole's running.
Yeah.
And that is like a great, you know what I mean? That is a great community
get
leader.
that W.
He's been in, for real.
Vote BPO.
A lot of your community.
Run as a duo.
Low key.
Why not?
Why not, to be really honest?
Yeah, for real. A lot of these community leaders have been there for decades.
Yes.
Like decades. They shouldn't be there for decades.
I don't understand how like the Supreme Court works in that fashion when you have, I don't understand how the powers that be work in that fashion when you have someone like the president that has to be out in 4 years, but people sit on a seat for 10.
Same ideology.
Right.
But I'm talking about aldermen. I'm talking about like
local. And that trickles down to local.
Right.
I don't understand that concept.
And
it makes no sense.
Right.
I get a new iPhone every year, but we can't swap out a couple of
representatives.
representatives.
You know what I mean? Like,
you know that there's an alderman in one of the wards that she got appointed because her husband passed away in the 90s, and she is still the alderman.
Yes.
See, that sounds like a scam.
Like, you know
and
what
they
I
get
mean?
paid to work they work one weekend down in Springfield and they get paid like almost 6 figures just to go. They probably take a helicopter or something. Like, I don't even know. But they go to Springfield like once a month, and that's how they get paid. Like the community involvement for alderman is more so a cash grab than actually to help the community, because that job be worth it. Like you want to make some money, go ahead and be an alderman.
You know, it's funny that you talk about going down to Springfield, because I don't know if anybody out there has read Obama's book, A Promised Land.
Yes, it's in the back. I got one of them. Yeah.
And he talked about how he, it was a struggle for him for what he believed in to go down there. Just that nobody knew who he was, and he was going out there to do his good part. He had to talk to Michelle and be like, "Look, trust me, Michelle, this gonna work out." You know what I mean? Like this gonna work out. But like they go down there just to collect the check. So a lot of people just go down there. I have to make this appearance. You know what I mean? Like I'm down there. He went down there, but how many people do we have at this actually going down to work? And I don't care. This ain't no political thing, y'all. This is just.
I mean, but it's hard to talk about these community areas without.
That's what it is.
Politics.
You got to talk
that's
about
the whole
it.
thing, because it starts in the local areas.
Yeah.
Right.
Cultivating younger representation.
Yeah.
And then they are able to elevate into the next form and stage. But I don't know what it is. It's just hard to see people of our age out there actually trying to.
Well, think about it.
Maybe I'm not informed.
No,
maybe that's the thing.
You know what it is? It's 2022, right? Media is completely different than it was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? It's completely
Even 5
different.
years ago.
Even 5 years, it's way different. Think about just us four right here. All right. So if anybody's listening to this and they had no clue about the Chicago history or food or anything like that, you're not learning from white people. You're learning from two minorities. If you go out, black people outside, black folks are telling you to go outside and telling you how to do things. Yep. So what I'm saying is media is different now. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is our generation telling people how to live, how to do things, and representation. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, we have a bit of a due diligence, you know what I mean, to kind of like steer people in a different direction. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Social influence is, it is what it is. Look at us. We talking about the metaverse.
And I'm not talking about an influencer telling you what to buy and what to eat.
Yeah,
like,
no.
That's not,
that don't go far.
That don't go. We talking about, like we just had Queer News Radio on, talking about BIPOC, you know what I mean? Like and QPOC and everything like that. So TPOC.
Tupac.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like, think about that's media, you know what I mean? Of us being able to tell the story, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And look, this is my first time in Garfield Park. I knew it existed, not Garfield Park, the conservatory. Mm-hmm. I knew about it, you know what I mean? But I didn't know the history of it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know the history, and that's right now on backyard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, so, I think we do have a bit of a due diligence to kind of like be that. Why can't y'all run for mayor? You know what I mean? Like, how come we can't tell the stories? You know what I mean? So,
I mean, you're in the community. You know what the community needs. Why not? And not just you guys, like anyone that in any community that you are living in. And if you're unhappy, why not?
Yeah.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, and we just telling the history. We just telling the history of Chicago. You know what I mean? Like this is where it is, and this is the current state. You know what I mean? Like this is current. 2020, 2000 is 22 years ago. We get it. You know what I mean? But like You lose 2/3 of anything.
That's a lot, yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I mean, I be talking about the numbers, and at work, I'd be like, yo, y'all lost X, Y, and Z. That's a lot compared to a lot of shit. Because some people be losing like 8%, 3%, but that's the double digits right there.
Double digits. 50,000 people. You mean to tell me 50,000 people going from just one
tremendous
area?
Loss.
But then when you think about it, you talk about Chicago as a whole is losing community and. Are we losing or are we displacing them? You know what I mean?
Right. See, that's the word. Because I always call that displacing because if you get rid of 2-3 project sections and only replace, so you replace 10,000 people with the ability to host 500. What do you think? What do you think's gonna happen?
Shit, it wasn't even that. They took down like whole buildings with thousands of people to build like 2 blocks of row houses.
Yeah,
it's not cool.
And then you talk about aesthetics,
and then you just gentrify, like you just push people out into the suburbs, and
now there's a Starbucks.
That's gonna smooth it over.
Oh shit! I don't know if you guys know this, but like when they be giving out Section 8, they be giving out to people outside of the city. They're trying to push people out. They give it to you in Danville. They give it to you over in somewhere in Iowa. They give it to you in Indiana.
They love to move you to Iowa.
They love to move you to, what is it, Joliet? And it's all of the shit is like outside the city. What happened to people that's just trying to make it in the city? Like, it's just going to say like, if you can't afford it.
Yeah, that's the other one.
You can't live here. Rockford.
And that's far as hell.
Right, like what my job in downtown Chicago? What I'm gonna do?
Yeah, it's really crazy, y'all, man. Like, and that's why we just tell. That's why we talk about it. That's why we love having guests that's in the area. You can talk about this, and some people you might not like it, but at the end of the day, it's just the truth. It's just the truth, man. Like, I think for me, at the end of the day, when you think about all of it, it's just. These places are fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, Chicago is great. You know what I mean? We like any family.
It's great for certain people and certain groups. Like, that's why people always say Chicago great, but I don't necessarily believe that everybody had the same Chicago experience.
And so that's where I was going with it. It's like, how do we have something so historic, so great in Garfield Park Conservatory, and that a lot of people don't
have access to it?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and like everything around it ain't up to par. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, man. Like, like we got to do better. Like you said, the experience for everybody, it ain't the same. You know what I mean? Like you past 35th, you know what I mean? Like, But
that's also a part of like the BPO concept. Like, we want to just get rid of certain stigmas about our city.
There you go.
Because I know we mentioned things like Humboldt Park, Garfield Park. First thing people gonna think is,
yeah, exactly. No, it's not.
We be busting, but like,
I know. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just them gunshots. Is just Chevy trying to keep the rent down.
That's just me. My apologies.
It's okay, but like it's the idea that like the kind. If you look up online, things seem dangerous, but if you care about your community, you're able to change the perspective on your community,
right?
And
that's what we're doing.
I'm trying to get down.
That's exactly why we're here. You know what I mean? Like we want to talk about it. Do something. Somebody go here and feel a way about what we saying. Good.
I need the Phi coffee shop better than Starbucks. Right. Like right up in the conservatory, black owned.
Hey, look, hard transition. But that's a good. Yeah, that's a good segue, y'all. Those are the facts about Garfield Park, East Garfield Park, man. Y'all need to come out here to the conservatory. It's absolutely fantastic. Have your walking shoes on,
have your walking shoes on to be ready to take your jacket off.
Yeah, I was about to say short sleeve shirt. We'll do.
Don't come naked under your hoodie.
Boy, right here. I almost did. I almost did. I was like, nah, you know what? Let me just switch it up.
It's humid.
Yeah, it is humid. Spring is around. Spring is here in Chicago by the time y'all listen to this. But yeah, we ate some food. We had some of the coffee. We're going to talk about it in just a few. Y'all, we're going to be right back. Dion's Chicago Dream is a nonprofit fighting food insecurity through its Dream Deliveries weekly free fresh produce delivery program. The goal is to feed families, create community, and fuel hope.
You can visit www.dionschicagodream, that's DIONS, chicagodream.com, or search Dion's Chicago Dream on social media to support. Learn more and join the food fight. We are back.
Hey.
with the food portion of the episode. I promised myself I would come up with a better transition, but
Well, we're not gonna do
What
it.
we about to eat at?
oh no, we already ate.
About to eat at.
I'm surprised I'm not asleep yet, but
Yeah, to be honest with you, yeah.
I'm surprised you're not asleep yet.
Oh, come on.
He had 2 plates,
in.
y'all. One for the plug and one for the load.
right.
2 plate show.
2 plate, boy, I was going crazy.
Yes.
2 meals.
2 hands, 2
I was about to say
plates.
that. Look,
Love
Ma,
to see
2
it.
plates.
We went to Creed on Lake.
Yeah.
Because it's on Lake Street.
Yep.
Get it?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nope.
Oops. Hold on.
Wow.
Well, I'd always do that.
Okay, wait.
You
Do it
just
again.
don't want
Do
me
it
to be
again.
great.
There you go. There you go.
It's Creed on Lake. It's on Lake Street.
Yeah.
What do we have?
Some everything. Pretty much they hold
What
them.
did you have?
So, first of all, it's soul food, y'all.
Yes.
It's like
Good
soul
for the
food.
soul.
It's good for the soul.
So after you finish hiking on them long walks,
Man,
You know?
you need to burn this off.
Yes.
You're gonna need to burn it off. I had the two plates. I had smothered chicken as the main, and
No,
then I
you
had
didn't. You had
smothered
Pork chop.
pork chop.
Yes.
There you go. And I had greens, and then catfish, macaroni and cheese, and yams, and the cornbread. Let me tell you, all of it smacked.
Yeah.
all of it.
All of it.
Give us some details. Tell us.
It was-
Tell us about the fish.
So I say this and I say it all the time. It's black people food. It's prepared the black way. You know what I mean?
Season to the ancestors said,
yes, yeah, right there. There we go. You know what I mean? That's enough. You know what I mean?
they do.
You know, like that's how it was tasting.
Yeah.
But the catfish, fantastic. It was very good. The smothered,
It's like super crispy on the outside,
Yeah.
but super like
fluffy
nice
and
fluffy on the inside.
yeah. The smothered pork chops. Now that was different because the gravy on it, fire.
It was smothered.
Yeah, and it was, we had forks. I'm just cutting right through it.
And then you
Yeah.
really need a fork. Like,
No, yeah, I didn't use my fork.
It was-
Y'all always use my fingers if I'm being honest.
So it's a camera hit. I'm just like,
It's on you. Don't worry.
See the food, like,
She bit that
thinking
lip
about
like,
the food. Like, no, I love food. Like,
This food was
So we
this
did
food
too,
was
yeah.
loved. Yeah. Now the macaroni and cheese. We always get macaroni and cheese, y'all.
Yeah.
If y'all listen to the podcast, y'all know we got to get macaroni and cheese. If it's on the menu, we get it to see how it is. This macaroni cheese smack, y'all.
Yeah.
It smacked.
came out a little
Like-
speckled. I'm
You-
like,
you-
yes.
is that season?
Little razzle dazzle on the top.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it's a little brown.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
It might have been an edge piece.
The edge. Boy, them edges is be slept on.
Crispy edges.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because it's baked mac and cheese.
Yes.
It's not too greasy.
No.
It's not too too
Cheesy.
cheesy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Now-
just the right amount.
That's what you were saying, Chevy. You
Yeah.
said you don't really mess with macaroni and cheese with a lot of people because
I don't buy restaurant mac and
Yeah,
cheese because it just
yeah.
don't be hitting right.
That's the
But
difference.
they got the ancestors in the back.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a
so you
difference
can
between
trust
mac and
it.
cheese and cheesy mac.
Yeah.
Yes, like no,
Hey,
seriously,
hey.
there's a
Yeah.
huge difference.
Difference.
Yeah.
That's very
And that's
true.
one thing that we go through together. Like, we're not huge cheese lovers. Like, we love cheese, but it's something American about cheese that we don't really fuck with. Like,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
just be drowning stuff for cheese. What to taste that? Like, I
It
can't
does.
taste it when
Yeah.
they got too much cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had this mother pork chop
Yes,
too.
that's-
What'd you think?
That's why I was over here rolling my eyes, biting my lips, like, ooh, it was good.
Is her foot shaking?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
But, like-
you about to get mad at the
Yeah.
cheese?
No, I want
Pork
some.
chops.
I ain't mad about that. I want some too.
He gonna get him some smother. If I got something, he gonna get it. It's gonna sit in there for 2 hours and 1 minute, and that 1 minute is sat too long, and he gonna be eating it. Like, if I don't eat my leftovers right away, he right there to pick it
You
up.
own
So
it. You own it.
we don't gotta worry about that. He gonna get you some, baby. Like,
You had the you had the catfish. What you think?
Catfish was delicious. A lot of times you come across a dry inside.
Mhm.
I trust. Look, Creeds is not sharks,
Man.
Look, trust me. I'm just nothing against sharks. They got good lemon pepper, but no, the structure of this catfish. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I saw it. I was like, one piece,
Yeah.
and then I bit it. I was like, ooh, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Shut me
Yeah.
right up. All
Yeah.
the plays out the door.
you wanted some more?
Oh yes. It's not even all the way gone. I think I had half of it. I'm going back to it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
We purposely stopped eating, y'all, so we can do the
So we-
podcast.
yeah,
we
pass out.
stopped eating.
You guys
Disease
both
on
got
the-
the cabbage, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We did,
Cabbage and
how
the
was
mac.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we make cabbage at home, and I'm gonna have to say that shit on my cabbage.
Really?
It's good.
Really?
It's really good.
It was really delicious.
Especially for cabbage that had just been standing alone as its own.
Yes.
Because a lot of times you have to throw a little this, a little that with some cabbage to make it really pop. They held theirs on just the plant itself.
Yeah.
So,
they didn't have no meat in it.
Nope.
Yeah, it was good.
I didn't see any onions and nothing extra special in it. They did. They held it down and kept it in the pot.
Real low.
Some ancestors in the back. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
They was back there,
right there.
They was having church in the back.
No, like literally, like it's not very many places that we can really go for good soul food besides like cooking it in your crib.
Yeah.
And like Creed is the place to go. It's right here. I be walking from the train just smelling it, and I'm mad as hell I ain't go beforehand. So I'm gonna have to go more often.
Well, you was telling us about that. A shout out to Tina and Dee Dee. Tina's the owner. Yep. This is if you listen to it on Monday, this is the very last Monday of Women's History Month. She's the owner of Creed's, and very nice. Yeah. She was. We were telling about the podcast.
That
was
was
like,
a nice lady in the front.
Yeah,
Dee Dee was in the front.
She too cute.
Oh, yeah, Dee Dee was in the front.
Dee Dee was in front when y'all had left out. Tina came out.
Yeah.
We exchanged numbers. I told her, I was like, hey, look, we gonna talk about you. We gonna put you on and test it out. So
please let us come eat when y'all go.
Yeah.
Just let's come.
I mean, you're right here, so
I'm gonna walk over.
You said anybody else listen to it? Let us know when you pulling up. We gonna critique it again. Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that.
We outside.
We outside. Take a hood hike right on over.
Hey, there you go.
You had the
smoked chicken.
Smoked chicken, and that was fall off
that
the bone.
Was really
Looked
good.
like it.
Oh yeah, it definitely was. She gave me she was like, "Have you had it before?" And I was like, "No." She was like, "Here, have one." She gave me a wing,
a test wing.
I was like, "We get samples."
Was it a drum or a flat?
It was a flat.
Yeah.
I love a flat.
Yeah. I never
girls
seen
like flats. Pretty girls like flats.
I agree.
Pretty girls like flats. That's a thing.
Like
okay.
I mean, shit, it is now.
Pretty girls like flat music.
Yeah.
I get it.
Got it.
Right.
It was crazy. I ain't never seen no test wing. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nobody ever
Never seen that.
Wing.
She did it. I was like
confidently too. She's
almost
like,
gonna be like, I ain't never had it. I ain't never had it.
Not you watching from the sideline.
I definitely walked back to finish eating it, and he looked at me like, "You're not gonna give me something?"
Right, give her a piece.
I'm like, wow, pretty guys like flats. You know what I mean? Ow. Oh my goodness!
No,
man. What y'all think overall, man?
I had the dressing too with the gravy.
Right.
Oh
and
my God,
don't forget that cornbread.
Yes.
Cornbread.
The cornbread.
Talk about the cornbread.
I'm so sorry, Tina. We almost forgot the cornbread.
Okay,
I'm gonna let you talk about it because you the one.
Yeah.
No. As soon as you say hot water. Yes. Oh, there you go. Drop the music.
Greens, beans, potatoes,
Cornbread on the side.
you name it.
Won't he
Why
do
does that
it?
go hard though?
Won't he do it? Yes.
That was
Delicious.
good. That
Yo,
was fire.
that was the best use of that music we've had on the podcast ever.
No, it was good. Like, I'm mad that I've been sleeping on that place.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm gonna
literally
be
around the corner.
triple
Right around the
full
corner.
because I would stop there every time.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never had cornbread that looked like that.
Like a
What?
puff.
That's your first time
Flat.
having the hot
Yeah.
water cornbread?
Mhm.
That was like a staple in my house. Like we grew up with that when the oven wasn't working because
Yep.
poor people shit. Like the oven not always working.
Yeah, that was bath water. That was heat. That was.
And so we would just fry our cornbread on the stove like a pancake, and that just reminds me of back in the day. It was really just so good. And
Oh, is that how it's? Oh, it's
yeah, it's
fried.
fried.
on
It's
the
you
stove?
make the batter the same way you would make it as if you're baking
Okay.
it, and except you just fry it on the stovetop.
Mm-hmm. It was so
That
good,
is-
y'all.
That's the first time I've had that.
Yeah, it was so good. I had the greens. I had the greens. I had, I
were
took,
good.
I was taking little pieces of it, and I was
Yeah.
crumpling up with the greens. Oh my goodness!
I saw you over there eating it with your hands.
You saw me. You saw me. I was out there kneading that bad boy. I was.
I ain't want to put him on blast, but I did see him make a greens cornbread sandwich.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
come on,
And I
talk
was
about
like,
it.
oh, he's smart.
Talk to
You
me.
put some fish in there too.
You saw me. You saw me. I'm up here.
Yes.
Come on, he loyal. He dedicated. Another one.
Yep.
You gotta like literally taste everything at once and then
Yeah.
taste everything separately.
Yes.
That's the type of eater I am.
Hey,
Yeah.
I was going. Look, when
He doesn't eat cornbread if there's no greens.
yeah, if it ain't, yeah. I mean, what's
He
the,
would never.
yeah.
Never.
I get it.
Yeah, you see me.
What's the combo?
Yeah,
What
that's
they
not-
go with then?
Right.
exactly. Right.
No.
What am I doing? I'm just eating cornbread.
What
I
they
mean,
go with?
shit.
Exactly.
They
Butter.
go with
No, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Gotta have some greens or some cabbage.
I would have dipped it in that gravy from that pork chop.
Oh, that too.
But I'm fat. So don't let me steer you the wrong way.
That's why we be hitting the trails.
That's why y'all hiking. Okay, I get it.
Gotta hike. Yes, no.
Because we be eating good.
Anytime I love soul. Man, look,
I know.
I love soul food. Like anytime we try not to keep picking soul food spots. But I'm sorry, man. Like if it's in the area,
I like to diversify our restaurant choices just to get like multiple different things. But if I'm being honest, again, this is another community area where there isn't a lot of coverage. So if there are a lot of restaurants, they're not getting media coverage, so they're harder and harder to find if you don't live in the community.
Yeah.
Yes. And so this was a great choice. Black People Eats featured them, so I was like, we trust Jeremy.
Yeah, he's a dope ass person.
You know,
yeah.
he knows what's up. So
I've heard of Black People Eats. Hey, Jeremy, hi.
Dope ass person.
Yeah.
Dope ass. Yeah. His episode's going to air in a few weeks.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We should just do a fat ass link up.
Like,
why not?
Literally a fat ass link up where we all go eat and be fatty.
Let's do it. Hey, Kobe, what's up? You here?
There's Kobe.
Yeah, come on, Kobe. Let's go.
Dion.
Kobe,
Yep.
Dion from Inglewood. He do the Dream Fridge.
No.
Oh, y'all got it.
Have you interviewed Dilla yet?
Oh yeah,
tell Dilla to stop ignoring my DMs. Dilla even did a thing for work for me. Like he was doing something for my job, and I was like, "Wow, Dilla go say hey to me." He go say hey. He go find me.
We'll post this clip and then tag him.
Dilla. I just want to know why you keep ignoring us.
BPO's great people, Dilla.
Yeah, right.
We rock with you. We see you.
He out here, boy.
Look, kudos to that man.
He is busy.
No, like all claps to my man.
Yeah.
And whoever is out here doing the same thing, like kudos to that man because he found a way to make it work for him and he's doing what he loves to do.
Yeah.
He cannot.
And we don't even do history because of Dilla. Like I was talking about some history. I was like, Dilla, I'm sorry, I ain't trying to take your spot or nothing. But this happened X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I'm gonna just let Dilla do it. I ain't even gonna post it.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? We did look at the whole first half of us history, and it's like, oh well, he got it.
He got it.
It's a different kind of
different take on it. He's trying to get that bus, man. If y'all can support Dilla on that,
a bus.
He's doing the fundraising for his bus.
Yeah.
Only way we gonna help you with your bus is if you put us on the bus.
The front of it.
Hood ornament.
BPO no more.
Hey, oh my goodness, this is wild. This has been fun. Overall, before we get out of here, overall, y'all need to stop at Creed.
Yeah, for real, Creed on Lake.
Yeah,
Creed on Lake.
Right under for the public trans motherfuckers.
Yeah,
right up under the green line.
Green line stop right there on California Green line stop. Please pull up. It's right under there. You can't miss it. Greed.
So you will smell it before you see it.
Yeah.
You also there's no seating, so you know
it's to go. So
to go.
And I feel like that's we broke bread here. You know what I mean? Like it felt good to have the soul food kind of like, it was like we made it. You know what I mean? Like family reunion.
Except we didn't make it.
Yeah, we did, except we did make it. I can. Y'all know I can't cook, but no, y'all go out there. Make sure y'all support, man.
Yeah,
Tina, woman-owned business. Dee Dee was helping out there. She was so nice. They were both nice. Y'all stop over.
How'd you feel about being in this community area? Because you haven't been. This was your first time at the conservatory, first time at the restaurant.
Yeah. I love. I mean, the West Side. So I'm from the South Side, y'all. South Side.
Yep. Same. Where at? What area?
So couple Chicago Lawn, 79th and
2nd.
I'm sorry, in Campbell, 79th Paulina.
Oh, you grew up.
This guy's our neighbor.
We grew up around 57th and Rockwood.
Yeah.
I went to school over there, Hope Lutheran.
You went to Hope?
Yeah.
He went to Hope.
You went to Hope too?
I went to Morel.
She went to Morel.
Okay.
But we know people that went to Hope.
We know people that went to Hope.
Look at this. Look at us.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
City gets small sometimes.
Don't it? It feels
but
like
honestly, it's not small. That's why all the black people wear. All the black people on the south side and the west side. That's just that on that.
Yeah, that's very
true. Kind of fucked up, but it is.
It's very true. That's crazy.
Well, now they have some other recommendations of trails that they can go visit on other parts of the city. Go explore it.
Yeah.
Go outside.
Man, look, we told y'all about Pullman.
Yeah,
right there on the south side. Y'all
Pullman's going to be one of our next locations.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, y'all got to, yeah.
Get your walking shoes on.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yep. And then on the south side, we got Marquette Park, Palos Trail System.
Right.
Hey, right there in our hood. Yeah.
They be having them bikes up over there. Don't get hit now.
That's a dope ass park too.
Yeah,
Marquette Park.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Revamped it.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Golf course, everything.
Right.
Yes.
Man.
We used to go sliding.
Yeah. You do have a golf course.
Yeah. You don't even own the south side.
On the south side, you don't even know.
You don't even know.
Jackson Park on the south side,
South
gorgeous
side.
with that
That's
beautiful
actually-
Japanese garden.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
You go a little further up the lake, there's a whole nother golf course over there that's really nice as well.
Yeah. So y'all know
The Lakefront Trail.
Yeah.
Fast fuck.
Which they just created the new trail so that you can get
You
from
can walk from the lake
High Park
to the.
Yes.
Did y'all know the significance of Jackson Park?
No, go ahead.
It was the site of the World's Fair.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
See, I knew. Okay, so let me tell you, I love World's Fairs,
Yeah.
and so the Museum of Science and Industry is right there,
Yep.
and they actually made that man-made lagoon
Mhm.
so
Right.
people can come up on gondolas
Yep.
and go into the Museum of Science and Industry, and so that was the entrance of the World Fair,
Yeah.
and actually the Eiffel Tower, which I love so much, I have like a little thing of it, but the Eiffel Tower was actually supposed to be the entryway to the Chicago World Fair,
Yeah.
but they didn't want to take it down in Paris because they knew that they would never rebuild it because everybody in Paris thought it was ugly,
Yeah.
and that was the entrance to their World Fair.
Yeah.
That's how the Eiffel Tower came to exist.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so we was like, yo, let us borrow that, and we never got to borrow it. Like,
I keep messing up.
no, they like literally kept it because they was just super scared that it would never go back, and like, look at it, still there.
Yeah.
It's really a staple of Paris.
Yeah.
And it was almost whole ass here in Chicago, which is
Wow.
crazy.
And I'm gonna tell you something about Chicago that we all know it wasn't gonna make it back there.
Yeah.
We was gonna steal that shit.
This is mine.
No, this is ours now.
Yeah.
What you thought?
Get it back in blood.
Yeah. And so instead of having the Eiffel Tower
no.
as the entry, they had the gondola rides
Yeah.
as the
Wow.
entry.
Dang.
So it had to be
Wow.
something like unique and different. And I think we hosted 2 World's Fairs.
Hey, we did. Look at
So
okay.
sorry, Chevy. I love a little history. A little here and there.
Go crazy, Dilla. Watch out. You know?
I was trying not to say nothing, Dilla. Like, but I can never come for him. He's such an amazing
Yeah,
person.
you
he
doing
really
dope
is.
things. That's a lot of good facts about Jackson Park. Yeah,
I used to work at the Museum of Science and Industry
No
when I
way.
was before when I was in college. I used to
You've
work
had like
there.
75 lives.
I was about to
Yes.
say.
77 lives.
No, Chevy's a definitely globetrotter. Like she's
Yeah.
been all right. Not even to like BS about it. She's the reason I have a passport now. Like
Mm.
she
Fire.
kind of re-energized my love for the outdoors and kind of made me get outside.
Mm.
Like we can't be in the house all day,
Yeah.
and we can't even go to the club. We can't do nothing. I'm
Yeah.
like, I know. I feel you. We gotta
I
get
say we're
outside.
trying to make outside just as popping as
As
the
the club,
club.
yeah.
Like just as
Hey.
popping as church. Like it's still a possibility. Like we be getting lit out there. We be having too much fun.
Very
Man,
much so.
that's a actually good segue. You want y'all to go ahead and tell the people
Where
about
can they
where they can find you so they can be in the
Outside.
club. Yeah, be outside.
Well, you can obviously find us
find us
outside, but you also can find us at black.people.outside on Instagram,
Mhm.
TikTok. We have a YouTube page that we're starting to put together now, Black People Outside as well.
Yeah.
You should be able to find us. If you want to look up just a couple other information, or maybe we have some other
Just
interviews
honestly,
and
with
just
a
in general.
whole
Google us.
first page of Google.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like not even
Yeah.
to be on that, but
Oh,
just
no,
to make
you
it
no,
easy.
be on that.
Be on it.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's
Black
a fact.
people outside.
Yep.
You know how to spell black. You know how to spell
People,
people.
you know how to spell outside.
I mean, but honestly,
Very
you can't
simple.
assume. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Right.
But plug it in as Google. We have a bunch of articles that have been written about us. If you want to find out some
Yep.
information, or you can find us on all social sites for the most part. And
I watched your
check it out.
WTTW interview. That was a dope one.
that's one of my
Yeah.
favorite
That was a really
edits
good
and
one.
everything. And our skin was going because we was outside, like
You know?
in the sun.
Sun.
Like,
It
Yeah.
was fire.
Yeah.
I love that.
Got that twinkle off the melon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like it was popping, you know, out here Bronzeville style. My bad, you green button.
I want to press that button like every time.
Go ahead, you can do it. Go ahead, press it. Yeah.
We're gonna have a soundboard in here, and she's just gonna be going crazy.
I'll make some beats. Beats by Chef.
Why not? Go ahead, and get you one of these.
No, but yeah, we just want people to just go outside, just enjoy, try to do something different. With the pandemic, everything be crowded as hell, and everything's expensive as hell. But the outdoors are free, and the outdoors are there, and it's on and popping, and it's just as great as you want it to be.
So much of technology is also taking us to a virtual landscape, and there's nothing quite. I sound like an old fart doing it, but no. Like we're I think for the most part, Chevy and myself are front end millennials, so like
Yeah.
early 30s.
Yep.
the internet is useful for connection, but it is not the only form to connect.
Right.
I still purposely think it's not the most proper form to connect. There's so much misunderstanding that can come across just through a screen. That when you're amongst people with different energy, you're able to, that's not what you mean. This is what you're trying to get towards. It's less blurred lines, as I would say. So the importance is still being able to get outside, enjoy the real world. There's still so much out there for you to explore.
Yeah, man, that's a bar right there.
Yeah,
y'all.
like we always talk about social media. Like today and age, social media makes you feel like you know everybody and connected to everybody. But in the reality of it you don't know no damn body. To sit somewhere and be with somebody in the flesh, that's special.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
And that's something that
social media is fake, y'all.
Yeah, it's like that's something that we should definitely take seriously and take it to heart. Like to be somewhere in the flesh is very, very special when everybody just sitting on their couch living through. Like we literally watching Ryan play with toys instead of play with toys ourselves.
Right.
Like
that's
so
a good call.
Do it yourself. It's all about doing it yourself. If you're scared, that's literally why we're here. That's why we exist. You can go on our TikTok. You can find the playlist. You can figure out where you're going to go. And we won't send you off. I promise. Like,
we try to put you in the best locations as possible for like what's available. But it's
lit.
It's lit.
We be outside. We be throwing ass with the fucking wind. Like, we be out there twerking and working, thotting and bopping. Like...
Y'all,
it's just as cracking as a club. It's what you make it.
It's what you make it. That's a perfect way, man. We honestly so thankful for y'all. First of all, allowing us in your home to record. So this is dope. This is the first time we've been inside somebody else's house and recorded. So
surprising, don't smell like weed.
We bullied our way in here.
It's okay. You did not bully your way up in here. Stop.
Help.
Yeah, right.
Have the good stuff.
77 flavors taking over houses.
And he's got real buckle.
But you guys came off with a very loving vibe, energetic, easy to open our home. So,
man, we appreciate you, man.
On that note, y'all be blessed. If you like this episode, send it to someone you like. If you hate this episode and you listen this far, really go ahead, fuck yourself.
And you a hater. Period.
Stop hating.
On everything.
Go for a hike, bitch.
Stop hating. Go for a hike.
Yeah, smell the outside. And we'll see you next Monday.
Dario, Sara, Chevy, Cam, we out.
We outside.
Hey. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of 77 Flavors of Chicago. We hope you enjoyed it. If you can, please like, rate, and subscribe to us on all streaming platforms where you listen to podcasts. And we hope you listen soon. We'll catch you back next Monday with a new episode. Bye.